Good morning, everyone. It's sunny out today in central Wisconsin. I hope that you are ready to learn. And I know that you are doing your homework from school right now, but we are ready to teach you some fun stuff from Ifleed. We miss you a lot, and I would love to teach you this with me in class, cutting, pasting, coloring, painting, whatever that's needed. Uh, but till then, you're going to hear my voice only. All right. So join me in welcoming Paul Klee, who is one of the best painters. He was born in Switzerland, but raised in Germany, and a lot of his painting are very geometrical, and we use a lot of those things to teach math, including fractions and geometric shapes. So as you can see in the front right now, this is one of Paul Klee's art, and you can see most of the shapes almost resemble a square. Yes, and we do have some rectangles. And so let's look at the next one. This is also inspired by Paul Klee. As you can see here, he has used different shapes from triangles to rectangles to square to circles, um, parallelograms, which are right here. Okay, so this is another one that we have, and then this big one here is also Paul Klee. As you can see, it's all these are like collages. They look abstract, but they have a lot of meaning to it. And I just wanted to show you that this is from one of the journals, one of the pages from the journals of Paul Klee. Isn't that very interesting how he draws and uses mathematics to calculate and use colors for it. Um, so I am going to teach you how to do a Paul Klee art and also use mathematics. Now, parents, if you don't have a graph paper, that's okay. In our YouTube video, in the description sections, we have given you a link to read and a link to download graph paper, which is all free and available on the internet. And also we have given you links to shapes, and we will talk about that more later. All right, so now let's start off. So I'm just going to give you an example of some Paul Klee art that I can do. I like to do it with graph paper because a lot of our young learners learn well when they have outlined lines to follow. Okay, so I'm going to start mine right here, and I'm going to use this line right here. I'm going to use black. And you don't have to use this with graph paper. And if you don't, make sure that the kids are also always using rulers, either with graph paper or any paper. They can also cut and paste. So I'm going to draw. Now, one thing that I would like all of you to do is to make sure that these bars that you have are consistent, at least for the first art. So I'm going to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to do only 3 lengths width. As you can see here, there's 3 lengths in width. So I'm going to do one here. Okay, I'm not going to take too much time because I want to get down to the mathematics, and then I like 5. I like the number 5. Do you like the number 5? So let's do this, okay? And then I'm going to kind of add some weird shapes to it. So let's say I am going to do a semicircle here, and then I'm going to do a trapezoid here, a triangle here. This is a very simple one, kiddos. So, you don't have to follow me. This is a parallelogram. And then let's see, what should we do for the last one? Yeah, maybe a simple rectangle. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to color them. All right. So let's say I like blue. All right. So let's do blue. So I'm going to color these guys in squares. So let's see. 1, 2, 3. So that's not a square, but this is a square. All right, there we go. This is just going to color roughly so I don't take too much time. And then I'm going to do one here, blue. So either you're a student, a teacher, or a parent, both. These are pretty fun ways to get kids to learn about not only art. We can go so much in depth to it. In our classes, we do that. So, all right, so then I'm going to do a red here. And then I'm going to do a red here. And maybe I'll do a red here. All right. I'm going to do an orange here. And perhaps an orange here. All right. And then I'm going to do a green. All right, so let's stop at that for now. You should try to color the entire thing, but for time's sake, I'm going to just show you an example. Now, there are a couple of things that we can learn from this beautiful art. One is to get the kids to talk about the different shapes. So let's talk about the different shapes. What kind of shapes do we have? We have one semicircle, yes. All right, we have one trapezoid. We have one triangle. We have one parallelogram. And we have one rectangle. Do we have one rectangle or do we have many rectangles? Let's check. We have one. Let's use a different color to do our rectangles. Maybe I'll do a gray. There's one rectangle here. That's a square, so that's a rectangle. That's a rectangle. That's a rectangle. And that's a rectangle. Yay, you guys are really smart. So how many rectangles do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. So let's erase this guy off. So we have 5 rectangles. Excellent. Now how many squares do we have? Wow, let's go count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 squares. So, which is the semicircle? Can anyone tell me? You are absolutely right. They're right here. And where's the trapezoid? This guy over here. And the triangle is right here. A parallelogram is right here. And the rectangles are our gray guys. All right. And our squares, where all the sides are equal, have different colors. Yes? So, we have them in blue, green, orange, and maybe it's mustard yellow, not necessarily orange, blue, and we have all these different colors that are squares. Now, parents, what you can add to this is I would encourage you, if your kids are ready for fractions and they're not too young, we can say out of the total number of shapes that we have, how many are a semicircle. So in order to find the total number of shapes, we'll keep it simple. We won't go to the whole building. We will keep it simple. So we're going to add up all this. That's 11 plus 5 is, are you following me? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 20 shapes. Then that's going to be my whole. And so what we can do now? We can find the different fractions, yes? So that's going to be your part, whatever part that you're working with. So if you're talking about a semicircle here, let's see if Shanti can find a color. Yeah, we did. That's my favorite color, purple, by the way. So semicircle, how many semicircles do we have? We have one. So that means I have 1 out of 20 semicircles. You see? So now we are going into fractions. Doesn't look so scary anymore now, does it? Now let's look at trapezoid. How many trapezoids do we have? 1 out of 20. How many triangles do we have? 1 out of 20. Excellent. You guys are getting it. How many parallelograms do we have? 1 out of 20. Here we come to the tricky one. How many rectangles do we have? Kiddos, 5 out of 20. And how many squares do we have? Very good. 11 out of 20. And so this is how we do fractions in a very simple and basic way to introduce children to fractions. It doesn't look so frightening. And so we are going to upload this video together with everything in the description. So parents, look in the description sections of the YouTube videos. We will put links there for you to for all the different shapes, including a download of the graph paper and how to read a bit on Paul Klee. I think the children should we always read to them about the artist that we are working on. He's not the only artist that we will work on. I think in our series we will try to bring in other artists with different things. Now the challenge I have for all of you is once we post a video on the Facebook, we would give you 1 day to create your own Paul Klee inspired art using all kinds of shape. Now I want you to be creative. Shanti is not as smart as you. Shanti is just doing very basic ones. What I need you to do is to be extremely creative. Now, for the sake of recording, we have made this as a drawing. You can paint. You can cut the shapes that I have put in the link in the video, and you can paste them. You can cut strips, and you can paste them. You can use crayon, you can use color. There are so many mediums that you can use to create his art, learn shapes, and also learn fractions. We hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and like and share to all your friends who can learn this free and enjoy this at home. We are going to give you a day, which means Thursday. We are not going to come with a video because we expect all the posts from you in our Facebook. Show us all your fantastic work so that we can showcase your work on our website. So parents, once your kiddos are done, please upload them to our Facebook and share with all of us what wonderful work they are going to do. And we will see you Friday, and we are going to have a lot of fun. If you have anything that you would like us to do, please email us or send us a messenger through Facebook. But till then, see you on Friday. Kiddos, have fun and learn a lot. Alright guys, there's a little mistake here, and we're going to correct it really quick before we go away. This is actually 12 squares. I think we forgot the guy over here. Alright, that's a square. So that means this is going to be 21. All these are going to be 21. So I'm going to rewrite this just to be sure. Alright, so that's going to be 1 out of 21. 1 out of 21. 5 out of 21. 11 out of 21, and this is 21. Sorry, this is not 11, this is 12. There we go. And so we have corrected ourselves. All right, I will see you on Friday.